Welcome to my little book club. My name's Diana, and I can't wait to talk about books with you all. Hey everybody, can you believe that it's already October? I sure can't. How is your October starting out? Mine's been a little bit messy. 3 a.m. we had my son sick, and this morning my daughter woke up with a little stomach bug as well. Thankfully not as messy as my son. So my daughter's home from school. They're both napping right now. So hopefully they wake up, it's all over with. She just had the stomach bug a week ago. She was over it, everything was good, and now it's back. I don't know. School. We need germs at school. What are you gonna do? So anyways, I want to get started on October. I wanted to share my reading list for October, but before I do that, I wanted to let you guys know that over on my Instagram page, and I'll post the link in the comments here or on the About video, so just down below, click the link, it'll take you to my Instagram page. I am doing giveaways for the whole month of October. There'll be at least one a week, maybe some weeks we'll have two. So go check my Instagram page. Today I've already posted the one for this week. It's a Harry Potter theme. So should be lots of fun. And next I want to share with you guys my to be read list for October. I got through all of my list for last month, so be watching for that wrap up. Plus I read more than what was on my list. Seashells, spells, and caramels. It's a little series. You can get these on Kindle Unlimited for free. This one actually just is 99 cents for your Kindle. So really easy, really cheap, but it sounds really cute. And this is the book that my book club on Facebook chose for their book of the month. So we're all gonna read it, and then at the end of the month we get to talk about it. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, join my Facebook group and you'll be able to join in on that discussion. This is by Erin Johnson, and this book was suggested to me by one of my members. Book Nerd Jess is who suggested this, and she's on Instagram too. So this is what it's about. Imogen spent her 20s in Seattle, saving every penny and missing every party to follow her dreams of opening her own bakery. When that dream goes up in flames, she accepts a spot in a mysterious baking contest, one she doesn't remember entering. She travels to a bustling medieval village off the coast of France and discovers an enchanting world of magic and mystery and learns that she too possesses power. Unable to so much as cast a spell, Imogen struggles to keep up with the other witches and wizards who have come from all over the magical world to the Water Kingdom's big competition. She juggles relationships with a sweet new friend, a snarky baking fire, a brooding, handsome baker. As Imogen falls for this bewitching world, she fears she won't master her magic in time to win the job of royal head baker and will be forced to return to the shambles of her non-magical life. It only gets worse when a competitor drops dead in the middle of the big white baking tent and Imogen's the prime suspect. Now she'll not only have to survive the vampire and psychic judges, but also clear her name by finding the real murderer before they strike again. With a killer on the loose, a missing prince, and the summer solstice festival fast approaching, Imogen will have to bake like her life depends on it, because it just might. So this was suggested by one of my members, like I mentioned, and I thought it was just cute, fun story, perfect for the Halloween month. So the next book I want to read is Hope in Paris. It's another one that I think would be fun for the October month. It is called The Teddy Bear Chronicles, Volume 1, Hope in Paris. It's by Donalyn Vuta. So this is told from the perspective of a teddy bear. So how cool is that? Not a kid's story, even though it's got teddy bears on it. So keep that in mind. I've been seeing this pop up on my Instagram a lot. the author started following me on Instagram, and I followed her back. She had some really cool incentives to purchase the books that came with bookmarks, signed bookmarks. And she's even sending me some extras. So I'm going to use them in my giveaways. So keep that there. So Hope in Paris. It was formerly subtitled Saved in Paris. And just as a reminder, this is not a children's book. So, in this first volume of the extraordinary, unique suspense series, unexpected, sweet narrators tell how a young, educated Chicago woman, Kelly Donovan, must escape from her luxurious home to get away from her sociopath boyfriend, Mark Flannery, before he takes her to a woodsy cabin for a little anniversary getaway. She must plot, lie, and pretend to be happy before she can flee her relationship and her own home, alive. Unforeseen obstacles frustrate Kelly's efforts to escape, and her family and friends, strangers to one another, must perfectly work together to help her live a life free from the threat. The diverse group includes an insecure drama teacher, a brilliant pharmaceutical engineer, and an international businesswoman with a secret that comes very handy at one critical point. This story is uniquely narrated by inanimate household teddy bears, which, notwithstanding their immobility, have interesting thoughts and perspectives on the shocking events and intriguing relationships which form before their plastic eyes. These plush bears also get a healthy dose of an entertaining, blooming romance when Kelly's plight takes everyone overseas to Paris, while in France, more scheming, racing to stay steps ahead of Mark, and even physical violence ensure. Violence which does not always involve a damsel in distress. To complicate matters further, some of the characters are not necessarily what or who they seem. Once the plot's feverish pace decelerates, the group starts to feel some hope. But is the race really over? The genre-mixing, mind-bending narrative style makes this novel a sensational ride. So I was just really intrigued by this story. It's not something I would have normally picked, but it's just something so different than anything I've ever seen. I needed to pick it up, and I needed to read this. So I've got it on my October list because I thought it sounds like a perfect October fall read. And another good fall read is The Dark Descent. Apparently I've got a bit of a theme going for October, and I didn't even plan on doing it. And if you'll remember, I read The Dark Truth last month, and if you saw one of my earlier videos with my friend Shelly, you'll remember that we didn't really give it very good reviews. However, we had some hope that maybe as we read the next books in the series, it would get better, and the things that were cliffhangers would get tied up. The writing was just kind of subpar. It wasn't terrible, but wasn't great. But I'm willing to give the second book a try and see if it gets a little bit better, and if it'll be worth reading the third book. We'll see. I don't have the third book yet. I don't think it's even been released yet. So we'll see if I want to get it when it comes out. But The Dark Descent, all right, this is the sequel to The Dark Truth. It's a new beginning. Elizabeth Rubius, ex-San Francisco public relations professional turned impulse-controlled challenged vampire, may have escaped her rocky prison in an abandoned coal mine, but trouble keeps following her bloody trail. The unapologetic Elizabeth better get her act together, and fast. Finding a surprising ally in San Francisco police detective Jonas Dietrich, even as she continues stumbling through her transformation, is comforting, but a new enemy has emerged, an actual church-trained vampire hunter. As Elizabeth discovers new supernatural powers along the way, she continues to evolve into a true demon of the night. So, interesting, right? We'll see. I don't have high hopes for that one, but I'm willing to give most things a try, and knowing that it's supposed to be a series kind of maybe will make it worth the read. Like maybe questions will be answered and maybe they weren't really forgotten. I don't know. We'll see. I'm willing to give it a try. And then the other book that I plan on reading this month is Trinity by Elena Carpenter. And Elena sent me these. I won free books that she signed. So sweet. She signed them for me. I haven't gotten to meet her yet in person, but hopefully someday I get to, because she's really sweet and her book, she's got 2 books. The other one is Horizon. She's got another one coming out that she's working on right now to complete the series. So Trinity is first and then Horizon. And she's just super sweet. She sent me an extra copies of these 2 books signed for my giveaway on Instagram. So you guys are really gonna wanna make sure you get on my Instagram and follow, because I've got some signed books, some signed bookmarkers, signed postcards, book goodies. So just keep an eye out. Make sure you guys can stay tuned for that, okay? So Trinity, I'm gonna read it myself. I haven't actually read it. My friend Tanya has, and she enjoyed it. So I'm trusting that it'll be a good giveaway. So the small town of Ketra sits wrapped in rolling hills. It is a place where legends have been told for generations, the most popular being that of 2 clans, the Crozos and the Ogres. They say the clans were led by cousins who were obedient to the laws of Trinity, which kept all the realms and dimensions in peace and harmony until the immortal and mortal worlds. That is, until the cousins began feuding over a mortal woman and the clans split. Now, the clans are led by their sons, but the feud continues in a bitter and bloody conflict. Most citizens of Ketra believe the legends of the pure fantasy and only listen for a means of entertainment. Elizabeth Starr and her mother were 2 that disbelieved. But the afternoon that Elizabeth and her friend Sarah went on a long hike through the hills changed everything. That was when they met Linzo, the leader of the Cruzos. Now Elizabeth is caught in a tug of war between Linzo and Ozo, the leader of the Orgs. They both want her desperately, but it is a war that might cost her everything, including her life. So that one seems pretty interesting. So that's my fall or October to read list. So you guys drop a comment below. Let me know what you're reading. I'd love to hear. And make sure, I'm going to do it again, make sure you go to my Instagram and enter those giveaways, because I've got some awesome stuff coming up this month. And I love it. I'm so excited to see who wins. So go enter, read, talk about it, and be on the lookout for my August wrap-up. And I've got a couple more book reviews I've got to get out onto video. So lots of stuff coming up. I will talk to you guys later. And my departing question will be, what is your favorite thing about fall? For me, I love the cooler weather. Have a good day. Bye.